Okay guys, just got back in the office and had a conversation with somebody in the car. So do not rent to own, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Everyone heard of rent to own. I get a lot of calls from first-time buyers and buyers with difficulties getting a mortgage without sufficient down payment that are considering the rent to own option because their cousin or friend advised it could be a great option. Before you fully decide on this option, there are factors and outcomes you should consider. Usually when taking the rent-to-own route, the buyer would have bad credit history, low income, or low down payment. Out of desperation, they would choose rent-to-own. So they would agree with the seller on a rental term, usually 2 to 3 years, and at the end of the term, the buyer would take possession of the property at an agreed upon value, and a portion of the monthly rental payments would go towards the down payment. At the end of the rental term, the buyer and the seller could also agree on a prepaid deposit at the beginning of the term, usually non-refundable. The risks here are that if the market goes up at the end of the term, the seller will be selling for a lower price than market value. And if the market goes down, the buyer will be paying too much and the property might not appraise at the price they agreed on initially. And if the buyer doesn't fulfill their end of the deal, they would lose their deposits. So usually the higher risks are on the buyer. And that is why I never recommend rent to own. For other options to buy a house when you are having a hard time buying, call me at 519-497-8731 or send me a text message. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'll be happy to help. Also remember, if you buy a house from me, you will get the buyer satisfaction guarantee package. And to learn more about that, just call me at 519-497-8731.